Okay, welcome everybody. Got a treat for you today. We have a clan war between SAGAcity and Clan Simple One, CSO, which is one of the few Korean teams on the North American server. I'm Tumba. Co-casting this event with me will be Darken Light. Darken, you amped up for this or what, man?
Yeah, I am. Look forward to this. Looks like some great players.
Awesome. So the first match will actually be Firebat Hero from SAGAcity versus I think it's Daisuke.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and since Wonderful Blizzard has not provided casters with a way to go ahead and co-cast from one single replay, I'm going to count us down. Darken, you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so having said all that, we have once again spawning as the purple Protoss Firebat Hero on MLG Metalopolis. His opponent, Daisuke, from Clan CSO, will be the purple-ish Zerg, close by air position.
Yep, could see some airplay. We saw today actually in the EG Masters Cup that players like Maro, they really favor the Zergling drops in close positions on this map because it can really throw your opponent off when you're attacking from multiple positions. We might see that in this game.
Yeah.
Seems to be a more popular strat lately.
Actually missed a lot of the EG Masters Cup today, Darken. I didn't get to see a lot of it. I saw Hasuabs versus Minigun, and obviously,
PvP.
Yeah, PvP. Missed it because I was making my famous StarCraft egg sandwich.
Of course, that takes precedence.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, misidentified my own product there. It was the egg sandwich a la StarCraft.
Yes, that is what it is.
But yeah, so I missed that. Did you get to watch most of the Masters Cup today?
I did see the first two matches, which were Fnatic versus, believe... Sorry, having a mental block here for one sec. It was Fnatic versus Dignitas and Complexity versus Mouse Sports.
Gotcha. And was it what format was that? Was that run just as a regular like a GSL Team League format, or?
Well, if you've seen any of the EG Masters Cup, they run it where they do the first 2 or 3 games, and they pick players. They don't keep playing the player if he wins. They pick new players each match.
Okay.
And for the 4th match, if it's still going, they do a 2v2, and then they go to an ace match if it's tied up.
Oh, that's an interesting format. The 2v2, throwing the 2v2 in there.
I'm not sure I like that, but it's cool that they're mixing it up, getting 2v2 players to shine for a little bit. But I feel like really the pro scene belongs in 1v1s right now.
Yeah, I agree with you. And the thing I don't like about it is these pros spend so much time perfecting their 1v1s that I don't think you'd want to have to go ahead and modify a team just to bring in somebody that's okay with their 2v2 or good with their 2v2.
We did see dominant 2v2 players like Druby and Katz. They have a very strong combination, but when you compare it to two strong 1v1 players like Select and his partner, they were struggling really with the 2v2 format.
So I guess we see that Complexity Gaming's Cats and Druby now are making their debut for Complexity in the EG Masters. That's pretty cool. Yep. So I believe
they played really well.
It's their first event, really, their first big event, I think, as Complexity Gamers.
Yep. That's correct.
Obviously, at ASC Weekly, we went ahead and did a show match recently with one former member and one new member. We had Cruncher on there, and we also had Destiny, who is sort of a rogue right now.
Yeah.
A man without a team.
Couldn't agree with the terms of his contract with Complexity, so he is on his own now.
It's better for both, in my opinion. It's better for Complexity, and it's better for Destiny. But
yeah, I believe they're both doing what's best for them in this situation. Now, if we look, Firebat Hero, he is taking 2 gas, so it looks like he'll be favoring tech play, which is pretty smart in this matchup. He's not going to be expanding early. He probably respects his opponent, and he knows that if there's any aggression coming, it'd be safer to just sit back for a little while.
Absolutely. And you see Zerglings out in the field just kind of sharking around the map, looking for any shenanigans, proxy pylons. Such a great tool for Zerg to use early.
Yep. Knows when the expansion timing is. It looks like that he may be favoring a 3-gate Sentry expand or some kind of sneaky tech. Actually, he is throwing down a Twilight Council now, so we may see DTs or Blink.
Yeah, I can say not a fan of the Sentry expand unless it's canceled, and as a sort of a fake-out 4-gate type of deal.
Yeah, it's one of the few options, unfortunately, for an early expand on this map, as the natural is so wide open, the 4-jet fast expand really is not effective.
No, this and Zelnaga, I think the 2 maps that most difficult to go ahead and hold that expo for a Protoss, in this matchup especially.
Yep. Looks like his opponent is droning a lot. He hasn't gotten that many units out. He has the few lings looking around the map, searching for proxies. Really good use of his lings right now. And he's just droning up. He's teching. He's got an Evo chamber down. No lair yet. Actually making a lot of queens. He has one queen queued up. I do not like that, but it's a mistake a lot of players do make, hitting that key a couple times.
Yeah, essentially, I think if you know airplay is coming, it's safe to make a few extra queens.
Yeah, but I would have preferred him making it out of the two separate hatcheries as opposed to two off the same one.
Right.
Yeah.
Could have been miscue. Researching Blink now.
Yep. So it looks like he will be favoring Blink Stalker play. By the look of it, he's getting 3 gateways. This is the amount you want off one base with Blink Stalkers. It's the amount that you can support.
I'm a little concerned right now, though, for Firebat, just because he's really low on units, and of course, I guess, you know what, at the 7-minute mark, this is about where you should be as a Protoss.
His opponent is sitting back, he's droning up, he wants to get his economic advantage in place. That's what most Zergs like to do. They don't like to pressure early unless they have to. And
wait
it looks like he is moving out, and wait,
yeah.
What's that?
Pylon block. He has block. And also,
is that a War Prism coming out? What's that? I see a...
That is a War Prism.
Yeah, that... What do those do?
They're flying chandeliers, actually.
Oh, alright.
And they usually just break into a million pieces.
So let's see how this works out for him. I'm kind of stunned, frankly, right now.
Yeah, I have to say that where do you go from here kind of thing was what I was thinking. Of course, he could use it for vision, I guess, if Blink has finished to blink. It
looks like he may force field the ramp with it, too.
Yeah, he is going to... You're right.
He's force fielding the ramp, and he's attacking the main. The Zerglings are stuck down in the low ground.
Look at this! Brilliant play from the War Prism, and he's now free to convert because there are no queens in the main to deal with this. Could not have worked out better.
He's keeping that force field up. The Lings are doing nothing now. They're stuck. And the Spine Crawlers, they're completely useless.
Oh, wow. So, way to circumvent the static defenses of the Zerg. SAGacity's Firebat
brilliant early timing here.
Yeah, this is a little ridiculous, if you ask me. Is going to opt to go one base all in here.
Yeah. Brilliant way to do this.
And
completely nullifying all the static defenses of the Zerg opponent.
Brilliant force fields, and the beautiful thing about this is why expand? You know, really don't even have to. So using the Warp Prism for vision, was able to blink, convert the Warp Prism, and since Zerg has a hard time with anti-air early, other than Queens, he's free reign right now.
Yeah. He's moving the Spine Crawlers up now, but I think it's a little too late. The Stalkers are having free reign. They're destroying all the tech. There's no drones left in the main.
Wow.
So
what
this
a
could
brilliant
for,
play from...
Daisuke.
Yeah, this is it for Daisuke for sure. Reigning supreme right now in the base, in the main.
Back Beak Stalkers, great micro.
Phenomenal micro, yes. Using that blink to its best ability. Able to, of course, warp in as well.
All the drones dead. He's trying to pull a lot of them now, and he just leaves the game.
There it is. I don't believe I saw a GG there, actually.
And I do believe they added the replay functionality where we do see the GG, but there was none there.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So
I believe they did recently add it so that you can see it. So I don't think that there actually was a GG in this game.
Right, there was probably no GG there. So I can see how I could be frustrated. And as I was saying earlier, Darkin, it's where do you go from here? Okay, you know, you've got the situation where it's time for you to expand or attack as Protoss. You don't really have... You're worried about roaches, and you don't have a high enough unit count yet.
Especially on that map.
Yeah, right, on metal. And so how do you pull this expansion off? Everybody wonders how to do it if you don't have OGS-MC style control with Void Rays and early air.
Yeah, I feel like on this map, the only two real options are either early Stargate play to keep your opponent back and to not have any chance of roach aggression, that, or a DT expand that really does shut down the roach sling all in very effectively too, and just a 3-gate, a well-executed 3-gate Sentry expand with a good SimCity can work too.
Yes, obviously players opting in that order, I think priority one would be the best choice, safest choice is probably the Void Ray, simply because you can go ahead and you can use it more effectively than you could DTs, because you can bring it back into your army, into your ball, into that death ball, and it's good for that as well. Especially
on close air positions, you can just poke into the main, force the Zerg to stay back and defend instead of attacking you.
Right, but as you see, SAGacity team member Firebat Hero going ahead and saying, you know what, I don't need to go ahead, I'm going to innovate a little bit. And this is what I've been talking about. This is what we've been talking about, you and I especially, in our late-night conversations about PvZ balance, is the Protoss just not really innovating enough.
Yeah, and that was probably one of the biggest innovations I've seen in the matchup in a long time. That was brilliant, brilliant move by him. Never could have expected that kind of thing.
Absolutely not. So we will be back in just 1 second with the next. This is a clan war for those of you that have missed it, that are checking out the VODs. So it is SAGAcity versus Clan Simple One, CSO. So Saga versus CSO, game one in the bag. We will see now who they send out to face against Firebat Hero. We'll be right back in 1 second.